Hello, class. Today we're going to be reading A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Here's the cover. So, let's think. Have you guys ever had a sick day? Think about that. Have you ever had a sick day? And then show me the face that you make when you feel sick. What face do you make when you feel sick? And finally, let's predict. Which one of these characters do we think is Amos? Do we think Amos is the elephant, or the penguin, or the man? Which one do we think? Okay. This book is written by Philip C. Steed and illustrated by Aaron E. Steed. A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Amos McGee was an early riser. Every morning, when the alarm clock changed, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. So now we know Amos is the man. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. What does amble mean? Does anybody know what amble means? Amble means to walk or move at a slow, relaxed pace. So everybody stand up and amble. How can we amble? Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. "6 a.m., right on time," he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move, run races with the tortoise, who never ever lost, sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy, lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. Who knows what a handkerchief is? What's a handkerchief? It's a cloth to wipe one's nose. Good. Because the rhino always had a runny nose. So let's hold out our hands and blow into our handkerchief. Good. And at sunset, read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his pawns and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Later that day, let's stop and think. Let's predict. Where do you think that the animals are going? They're all on the bus. Where are they going? Hooray! My good friends are here. So, all the animals went to visit Amos while he was feeling sick. So, who or what helped you feel better when you were sick? What helps you feel better when you're sick? Think about that. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run races today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. "I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you," said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. "Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea." So why does Amos feel better now? What made Amos feel better? Amos wound his alarm clock. "It's getting late," he said. "After all, we have a morning bus to catch." So Amos said goodnight to the elephant, and goodnight to the tortoise, and goodnight to the penguin, and goodnight to the rhinoceros, and goodnight to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. And here's the last page of the story. So, take a look at this picture, this illustration in the book. Why is the picture so meaningful even though there are no words? Okay, now that we've finished with the story, let's do a turn and talk. So, turn and talk with your neighbor. Pick 3 major events in the story and describe them to your partner. And then say why they're important. So why were those 3 events in the story so important? What did they tell you, or what did you learn from them? And finally, has something like this ever happened to you? Have your friends ever been there for you, or supported you, or made you feel better? And what did you learn from the story? All right, that concludes our read aloud of A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Have a great day.